What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Banker Bros channel. Today I'm finally taking you on a tour of my custom one-of-one JDM fleet. As you can see, these cars are absolute specimens and they are not hoopties in any way, shape, or form. They're absolutely gorgeous. And for you to suggest otherwise, hey, you've been dropped on the head as a child. What do you want me to say? And as the name Banker Bros implies, I'm clearly a multimillionaire, which is why I was able to afford this beautiful 88 Cresta wagon with the OEM option of the faded roof. And I got this one with the custom corner light delete along with this brown fading right here. It's absolutely gorgeous. But forget these run-of-the-mill cars. Let's talk about the really special stuff like these old Lexuses. The 2001 IS300 up here. Guess what? This for real actually has like 9 owners and it has 185,000 miles. I got this car dirt cheap, and as you can see, it's got a beautiful option hood right here, along with the custom fender mod done by a drunk driver here in New York City. Gotta love living here in the city. Someone may or may not have just opened up the car because I left it open, the battery died, and may have rifled through my change. So hey, it is what it is. It's got the beautiful brakes on it with the carbon ceramics and all the goodies. So this car is an A1, perfect daily driver for here in New York. Got the custom blue painter's tape mod right here just to hold the corner lights in place. Got the nice pigeon shit option here. And then over here we've got the beautiful 2001 Lexus LS 430. This is an actual one owner car. I cannot believe I got it for as cheap as I had gotten it. As you can see, this car still looks great. It drives great. It needs front struts and brakes and a whole bunch of goodies, but I've actually been using it just way too much and not maintaining enough. Let's see what them brake pads look like. That was not that bad.
You wore it into the pad itself.
I mean into the backing itself.
Yes.
It's got the custom corner light delete right here too. And it's got a hitch on it because I actually tow with this. Like for reals, I do actually tow with this. Then let's move on to the beautiful 88 Cresta wagon. Then we've got the beautiful Versace interior. This is probably the best thing about this car. It's done by Master Rob. Beautiful interior, as you could see here. It even comes with the mold option, as you could see here. So that's something I was very happy for when I got it. But hey, you really don't see these wagons around, especially ones that are as clean as this. Not a lot of rust on it, and it was ridiculously cheap. Also, remember, we're going to talk about pricing later on. Then we've got the 91 Acti. This thing is an absolute beast. It's got the custom brown faded wiper arms right here too, along with a custom seat mod. It is obviously right-hand drive, 5-speed manual. It's rear-wheel drive, so it's clearly a sports car. And it's got the custom headliner up there too. Custom door handles, so they don't work from the outside, so no one could break in. You gotta go from the inside. It's a 4-seater, obviously, as you can see. And it's got a massive amount of space. I've actually used this to transport like a lot of stuff. I'm surprised at how big it is. And it is a Bentley kind of quality here. As you can see, the doors seal up perfectly. Water never ever gets in. You got the Bentley quality right here. Got the real BBs on it too. Looking fresh. Then we've got my baby, the 89 R32 Skyline GTS4 sedan. Obviously, it is basically a GTR. I mean, it does have a big single turbo setup on it. Oh God, I hate trying to open up this hood one-handed. Oh, I did it. Big single turbo. As you can see, it's got this beautiful intake setup. I embarrassed to show this. Don't worry, the car needs more time, needs more money to put into it, but it does run and drive great, and I do love ripping it. It's got the 100% real work wheels on it. These are not from China. These were handmade in Japan, 100%, along with the 100% real carbon hood vents, as you can see here, that are not plastic and hydro dipped, which is why they've warped. And Rocket Bunny came out and they installed this kit all by themselves. The Liberty Walk kit was just way too cheap. And as you can see, the fitment is absolute perfection here. Got the big old wang gang going on. And then this is not last. I was going to say last but not least, but actually there's other hoopties too. I meant, shoot, did I say hoopties? I meant beautiful specimens. This one is my 1985 AE86. It's got the custom fur hood option here, which is very rare. I've literally never seen that before. Got the beautiful interior here. It is A1. Got some custom seat mods there too. It is automatic. That is the best option to have in this car, not the manual at all. beautiful storage options here. I really like how the roof was turned into this beautiful storage unit here. So it's been extremely useful to me because it's more important that this look neat than that looks neat. All right, let's go ahead and come back down to reality. Obviously, these cars are hoopties. If you thought otherwise, you were dropped on the head as a child. I am sorry, like, you need help. But these cars are not in perfect condition. Even the Skyline, I know on camera it looks good, but hey, it's got rust. It's not perfect. It's definitely a project car. And I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about some cold hard numbers because I know that's what y'all really want to know. All right, we're leaving the big dog for last. Let's talk about the 8.6 right now. So this thing was a diamond. Oh, what am I saying? Was it still is a diamond in the rough. It was $4,500, and I know that is a lot of money for an old Toyota, but these things normally sell for $15,000+. I cannot believe that Corollas cost that much. But look at this underbody. It's in great shape. There's no rust or anything like that. This was a Southern car all of its life. It came with the engine and transmission running and driving and all that. Not very well, but it is running and driving. That 4AC engine is the reason why it's so cheap. People want the 4AG engine with a stick shift. So obviously that's the end goal, you know, get it swapped out and all that stuff. And we're going to have to restore this car at the end of the day because someone tried to and they did not do a very good job. So I've got a few parts for it already. I probably have maybe about 5K total in it. By the time I'm done, I'm probably going to end up spending another 5K on it. So if I have 10K into this thing and it's going to be worth 15 one day, I'm okay with that. I see this car really as an investment. I don't really care about this platform that much, the same way I do with the Skyline. Since I'm here, let's go ahead and talk about the Cresta wagon. This car was an absolute pure luck kind of sale. I was at a magazine photo shoot for the Skyline before it was wide bodied and all that. And this dude that was there was like, hey, my uncle has an old Cresta. Are you interested in it? Since I have an old car, I was like, yeah, sure, man. I'm always into old stuff. My best friend has a Cresta sedan with a 1.5J and a big single turbo setup. So of course I was interested. I went there and the guy only wanted $1,000. It's a wagon. It's running and driving. No questions asked. I didn't say anything. I was like, all right, here's your cash. I'm going to take the title. And the car's been sitting ever since. So that was back in September 2021. It's
now September 2022.
The car sits way too much. My little cousin needs a car, so I'm going to give it to him so he can fix it up and drive it around. And that's going to be his way of paying me back of, you know, basically lending him a car. Then we got here the old IS300. This thing is also a beater. Got it for $2,500. Yes, I know. 9 owners, 185,000 miles. Who in their right mind is going to pay $2,500 for that? But, well, I was dumb enough to. And the simple fact is that I'm in New York. These things only sell for $5 or $6 grand. So $2,500, and all I needed was maybe a timing belt and alternator. Not bad at all. Less than $3 grand into this sucker, so no complaints. It's a great beater, and my little cousin learns to drive in it. My little sister learns to drive in it, and it gets parked in the street, and it takes a hell of a lot of abuse, and it never really complains about it. So I think it's worth it, and I could probably sell it back for just about $2,500. So I figure I'm going to break even on it at the end of the day. Now talking about the 91 Acti. So this was only $3,500. I know it's a lot of money for, you know, like a crappy little van, but at the same time, these things normally sell for like $6 or $7 grand. So the fact that I got it for 35, I think that's a cheap price. It runs and drives extremely well, starts up every time without any complaints. I've put quite a bit of miles on it. It now needs a few things like brakes and all that stuff, but you know, it's a great little runaround car. I bought it in July 2021. It's now May 2022. So I'm going to have it for almost a year now. I'm probably going to, you know, start to clean it up soon and, you know, maybe turn it into a little bit of a show car, kind of like what I'm going to end up doing with the Skyline here. Max speed, 73 miles an hour. Woo! Moving on to the LS430. This thing is an absolute beast. I love it so much. $2,400 for a genuine one owner, 170,000 mile LS430 that's been extremely well taken care of. I just had to hop in it. God damn, I fucking love this car. It's an amazing piece of technology. This is a 2001 LS430. It has 194,000 miles in it. It's about to be 195,000 before we're done with this trip here. We're going from Tampa to New York. We've already done 632 miles, so we've got just about 600 miles left. Sitting at 81 miles an hour. Got the cruise control on. Sitting at just around 2,400 RPM. Gas has been pretty good, actually. The fuel efficiency has been amazing. I've been averaging just about 28 miles to the gallon. Don't know if you can see it there in the dash, but that's pretty good. All my other cars average in the teens, so having something in the high 20s is pretty nice. And this thing just sits on the highway like it's a brand new car. The one I probably have the most to say about is my 89 Skyline. So I got this car 4 years ago in March 2018. It's now like May 2022. I've done a whole hell of a lot to the car. Obviously, it looks a hell of a lot like an R32 GTR. And that's because these cars basically are just a 4-door R32 GTR. So it's easy to swap parts out on to make it look like one. I got the big old R32 GTR bumper with the Mishimoto intercooler, 3-inch intercooler piping, 3-inch exhaust, along with the big single turbo setup. And I've got a whole hell of a lot more to do on this car. I'm gonna get a paint and suit and all that. It's got the Chinese wide body kit. Obviously, these work wheels are not real, but they came with the work sticker. So, hey, I'm not gonna complain. I did order real carbon vents to go up here. This carbon grille is actually real. And the amount of money I have into this wide body kit, I could have actually gotten like a real Rocket Bunny or a Liberty Walk or something like that. I still have to put the door cards on that like kind of line up with this. This is a whole project, and I really want to post more about it. The interior is in great condition. I don't necessarily keep this car in perfect condition. I don't wash it all the time and all that stuff because I really drive it and I really rip on it, and I like to have fun with it. So that's it. Bought it for $11K. Probably have another 10 in it. So pretty happy with the money that's gone into this thing, and they've actually held their value pretty well, even though this one's pretty modded. All right, so I hope y'all enjoyed that little tour of the JDM Hoopty fleet, because this video took me way too goddamn long to make. Look at all these goddamn edits, and now I'm drawing out the intro more by complaining about the edits, but gives me a nice little chance to show y'all my little sim racing setup and my little nerd setup here. So obviously I'm into cars and I'm into tech too. Like, subscribe. If you don't, I'll be depressed. It's a long story, but I might not be there for the next video. So like and subscribe. You'll get more content like this, and hopefully I do see y'all in the next one. If you're not coming back, well, you can F off.